Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I am Wang, the product manager for Word Extensibility at Microsoft. I have with me George and Piali from our partner company, Icertis. I will share with you some exciting updates of Word Extensibility, new features, and our vision for the future. This presentation will cover 4 things. I will introduce Word Extensibility and the latest Word JavaScript API. George and Piali will talk about how Icertis empowers their solution with the latest Word API capabilities. And I'll then share some information about our exciting future investment. Let's start. The vision of Microsoft 365 platform is to empower users to achieve more by offering them the tools they need in the context of their work. For years, developers have built many solutions with the platform to help users across the world to complete their tasks. As a major part of Microsoft 365, we aim to enable customers and developers to enhance Office applications by building great and powerful integrations. There are a lot of opportunities when developing Office integrations as add-ins. Office is the broad system that serves large amount of users, and the number of add-in users keeps growing fast. This indicates that developers have built many useful and innovative add-ins that are well recognized by end users. Specifically for Word, there is a huge market for third-party to build solutions that can enhance Word's capabilities and performance. These solutions are especially sought after by users from different industries who have specific needs and requirements. For example, legal customers require add-ins that can help them to write and negotiate contracts. Educators want to be more efficient to give students homework feedback, while students desire tools that can assist their writings. We also see broad user scenarios supported by Word add-ins, such as citation management, document assembly, writing assistant, and so on. Over the last few years, we have built out infrastructure to allow developers to build a single add-in once that runs across Windows, Mac, Web, and iPad. And we have continued enhancing Word APIs and extension points you can use to integrate deeply into the application experience. Once you build up an add-in, you could have multiple ways to deploy and distribute it. Microsoft 365 admins can install and apply add-ins for their users in a centralized place, while individuals can access in-client store or app source website to get them too. I will walk you through a demo starting from add-in store experience. When entering the store, you will find many useful add-ins such as Manly Site for citation management, Grammarly, Qbot to assist the writings, Adobe DocuSign with signing services, etc. If you want to quickly play with Word APIs, you can start with ScriptLab add-in, which is built by Microsoft, and it provides many samples for you to learn and run. For example, this sample is to change the color of selected text. From the code, we could firstly get the selection and then mark the selected words as red. We could directly run the code in ScriptLab. On Word Canvas, we select the first paragraph and click Print Selection button on the right pane. As expected, the text turns into red after the button click. ScriptLab provides many code samples for you to try out, and now let's pick up another one. This code piece is used to insert an image after the last paragraph of the document. In the code, we firstly find the last paragraph in the document body, and then insert a new one after it, and finally insert a picture in the newly created paragraph. Again, we could run and execute this code sample, and the picture will be correctly inserted into the document. This is how you leverage APIs to interact with Microsoft Word. And now, in addition to the existing capabilities, I am so excited to announce our Word API 1.5 GA. This new set of Word APIs provide developers more control over the interaction between add-in and document content, enabling you to do even more. With this release, you can create richer and more collaborative experiences for your users in Microsoft Word. Let's zoom into more details. API in the new release are all highly demanded capabilities from the community. For example, our citation management partners expect footnote, endnote, fields, and content control events APIs to be in place to fully unlock their customers. Many partners also want to use file insertion and style APIs to compose documents. The new APIs will serve and unlock many user scenarios, and we want to thank you all for providing awesome feedback since we first released 1.1 to 1.5 that helps us gain insights into what you and your customer need to deliver APIs. Let's see some examples of how the new APIs work. We will start from insert file from base64 API. We could know by its name that this API insert a file in base64 format into current document. Previously, you could use similar APIs at body or paragraph level, and now you have it at document level. With this API, you could insert entire document and keep its style, footnote, endnote, page borders, watermarks, etc. You even can keep track changes settings in this process. When we run this example, we could see that a service proposal template has been inserted, and its style, page borders, and watermark are retained. With this new API, the content inserted is richer and more complete. Now you have the template correctly inserted, and you may want to change some paragraphs with your own styles. In 1.5, there is a powerful API that allows you to retrieve styles from another file. The function retrieve styles from base64 returns a list of styles that have been ever used in another document. After you get all the retrieved styles, you could add them into your current working document and apply them for certain paragraphs or ranges. Let's run this example. We firstly will select a file containing different customized styles we've created, and then list them in the right task pane. We just choose one style from the list and then add it into current document with the new style name. The new style will show in Style Gallery, and you could apply it for any selected text. With this new set of APIs, add-ins can help users to manage styles much easier. Next thing you may want to do is to insert some fields to structure your document. In 1.5, we start to support more field operations through API that you could insert, update, or delete fields. We support 4 basic field types across platforms, including adding fields, table of content, date, as well as hyperlink. In this example here, we just choose to insert a table of content into the document. You will find similar experiences for other supported field types. Many add-ins use content controls to display or manipulate information in the document. Developers need add-ins to receive notifications when users interact with content controls. We support new events for 6 different content control operations, such as add, delete, enter, exit, data changed, and selection changed. In this example here, we have a function to register a content control added event to current document, and we also define the action for it, which just simply print the event itself. We also have code to remove the event from the document. Let's just run this example. After we register the content control added event, every time we insert a new content control, our add-in code will be notified and print the related event in the console. Of course, you could always remove the event from the document, and nothing will happen after that when new content control are added. With this event, add-ins can provide more interactive experience for end users. For example, you could show different content in task pane when user navigates among content controls. Well, until now, we have done different operations to the document, and we want to save our work and close the file. We now support APIs to save document with different options. For a new file, you could specify a file name in the code directly, or let the user to do that through a prompt window. you could directly save an existing file as well. We also support close APIs to allow you to close your current working document with save options or without save. In this example, we just save the current new document with the file name a new file for build. After verifying that we saved it correctly, we could close the file. These are just a few examples of our new Word APIs. We highly encourage you to try ScriptLab and get more sample code there. Recently, some early pioneer developers have already tried out the beta version of the APIs, and they will either upgrade or release new add-ins down the road after today's GA announcement. Mendeley site will completely replace their COM solution with a newly released JS add-in, which has the full capability to unblock their citation scenario. Office at Work and EndNote are also actively testing the new APIs, preparing to release their new add-ins. Icertis, who will introduce their solution in next section, had tried different beta APIs as well. Our role is to make our developers and partners to be successful. We are grateful to have partners working with us along this journey. Now let me invite my friends George and Piali from Icertis to talk about their Word integration story.
Thank you, Yun. To set some context for the demo, I'll do a brief overview on why contracts at all. Icertis is a contract intelligence platform built on the Microsoft Cloud. We provide contract lifecycle management for enterprise customers to enable them to not just create contracts, but ensure that the various intentions of a contract are fully realized. And we enable our customers to save millions of dollars in operational savings and enable AI-powered contract negotiations. It's a growing space, and we are humbled to have so many industry-leading companies as customers. So you might say, wait, aren't contracts just a document? Yes, they are. But this document defines every single aspect of how a business is run, between relationships with suppliers, employees, financial commitments, and customers. There are commitments, obligations, prices, penalties, discounts, and hundreds of other terms buried across hundreds of pages across tens of thousands of business relationships. Our mission is to be the contract intelligence platform of the world, and this vision was made possible by the Microsoft Cloud. For every given customer, over 60 Azure services are utilized. The users interact with our platform both from our web experience, but also via Microsoft experiences such as Word, Teams, and Outlook. The Microsoft APIs enable us to help customers interact with our platform from their preferred user experience. The Microsoft Word APIs in particular that we use enable us to take what looks like a simple document and treat every term, every attribute as a piece of data with its own permissions, lifecycle, and ultimately its business use. From here, we can do everything from contract creation to AI-powered negotiations. Piali will now take us through a demo. Over to you, Piali.
The Icertis experience for Word is a Word add-in that offers users a consolidated experience and allows them to perform most of their tasks without having to access the Icertis web application. Here is a demo of its functionality. There are several Word.js APIs that are used here, and you'll see most of those listed on the screen with their usage during this demo. I'll now be opening a third-party agreement that, for example, I received from my supplier. Now, as a lawyer or a legal negotiator, I'll have to go through this entire 20-odd page document to review each of its clauses and attributes. But I can use our AI tool to make this task much simpler. The Icertis AI tool uses several Azure cognitive services like ACS Form Recognizer, ACS Text Analytics, and much more. I will first trigger a process called AI Discovery, in which AI will extract for me the suggested clauses and attributes based on its learnings. I have the option to get more assistance on those suggestions or accept them as is. There are various actions that can be performed on each of these discovered clauses. For example, I want some AI assistance on my indemnification clause. After the discovery is done, it shows me all the attributes and clauses discovered. Various Word.js APIs are used here to navigate the user to the exact location by getting the specific content controls by their tags and highlighting them in the document when I click on them in the add-in. And a similar behavior takes place for discovered clauses as well. There are various actions that can be performed on each of these discovered clauses. For example, I want some AI assistance on my indemnification clause. For this, I can search for a similar clause in my clause library and compare the one with the highest relevance score with my agreement clause. So once I click on the compare option, it would show me a side-by-side comparison with a redlined view of the revised text. A few Office APIs related to dialog boxes are called over here. There are other options here like confirming with deviation and reviewing it later, or simply replacing the clause text that I can perform on these clauses. There are various other actions also that I can perform on the AI clause suggestions. One of them is finding if this clause resembles a clause in any of my previously negotiated and executed agreements. Now, there are some flags that are attached to some of these discovered clauses that say fix exception. These exceptions are according to my legal playbook setup. A legal playbook is a set of pre-approved business and legal rules that are set up to bring standardization to contracts of an organization. Any exception to those rules will be flagged here by AI. In this case, there are two exceptions. I have the option of replacing them with an alternate text or triggering a deviation or just marking it as review complete. And finally, once all my changes are done, I can publish this document in Icertis, which will create a new version of the agreement. It'll store all the metadata in Azure SQL Server. And once the document is uploaded, it'll be pushed to the Azure Blob storage. Now I can view this agreement that was just created by calling one of the Word APIs called insert file from base64 to fetch the document and open it in Word. It shows all the attributes and clauses that are actually content controls within Word. There are Word APIs that highlight each of these content controls when I click on those attributes in the add-in. I can also add the attributes at specific locations where new content controls are made and inserted. Similarly, I could delete these content controls from my add-in using specific APIs. I can then upload this file and send it out for approval. And once approved, it'll change the status of the agreement. And from there on, I can trigger the signature process for this agreement to get it executed.
Thanks very much, George and Piali. Beyond all these exciting things, we could do even better. We will continue providing new features for Word API to unlock more user scenarios across different industries. For example, one thing we start to think about is to support more capabilities to interact with Word Canvas, like proofing annotations, typing events, etc. Please follow our community call and also try the future preview APIs. We will also continue improving developer experience by providing more sample codes and optimizing add-in development tools. Also, in the future, we will explore more of Office add-in to Copilot, making it possible to open and perform add-in action using chat. For example, let's think about a legal user scenario here with Icertis add-in in Copilot. While reviewing a legal agreement, it could be possible to ask Copilot chat, does clause resembles a clause in any of my previous negotiated and executed agreements? Copilot can easily leverage services from Icertis add-in to answer this question. At the end of the review process, you can simply ask Copilot to send the document for approval. Again, this could possibly be done by leveraging services provided by Icertis add-in integrated with Copilot. We know that many developers are seeking ways to build solutions across applications. This may require innovative changes to the entire add-in store experience, enabling partners to build a solution once and run it in multiple places. Word, Excel, PowerPoint integrations will be part of the Teams app model, and developers should be able to build add-ins and have a clear migration into Teams app in future. The ball is in your court now. We encourage you to start today and check out the 1.5 APIs and adopt them to improve your add-in for greater impact. Microsoft Word is not just a tool. Its extensibility enables you to do more with your content creation and collaboration. It empowers you to achieve more with innovative solutions that extend its capabilities. If you have any feedback, suggestions, or requests, please share them via the QR code on the page or link of the survey. I hope this presentation has given you a clear overview of Word accessibility and newly released Word APIs. Please start to think about building or upgrading a powerful Word add-in with all the features provided. Thank you very much.